Alright guys, what is going on? This is JL from Ares Acolytes coming at you with another war recap. So, and the last one that we did was with the goons. This one, and we came out on the losing end. And but this one we got into a clan with Tiscorna Manda. Definitely a Spanish clan. I want to say they were Uruguay. They were from Uruguay, so that was pretty cool. We faced the Chilean clan, we faced Brazilian clans quite often, and now we get to cross out an Uruguayan clan. They definitely came strong. Look, we both hit. It was our elder and co-war, but so they both came with 30-30, and it came down to the last attack on my base, and they just didn't hit it. I want to give a shout out to also Gator. I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. In the last, what is it? I think it was, 2 hours of the war. Gator got hit 1, 2, 3 times, and his base held. Didn't give up the 3. Also, for the first time, I brought my mini into the into this war, and it got hit 5 times. Gator's base got hit 5 times. So I think for this war, our base design really helped out. Lib's base got 3-star, but that was by their near max Town Hall 10. I mean, he had like 30 plus heroes. Avid, they brought a really good attack. Probably our best attack, and it was probably the one that won us the war, was here by Jose. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the base. It's a good quality base, kind of has that symmetric form to it, but man, he just brings a HoGowipe. We talked about it on Kick, guys. If you guys don't have a wireless communication app, whatchamacallit, because when you can plan out attacks like this at the very end of a war, it's the difference between wins and losses, in my opinion. We definitely would have lost this war if Jose had not 3-starred this base. Maybe I could have 3-starred it after he did. I have just as much firepower as Jose, but I definitely he executed it perfectly. I wouldn't have been able to do it any better than he did. So shout out to Jose. He just came at it with an awesome attack. I'm gonna go ahead and get in this. So he's, like I said, he's doing a HoGowipe, and the one thing we noticed about this base is, man, it's got these cannons down here that are just absolutely ripe for the picking. So we get the balloons down on the cannons, get a quad quake going right here, and the reason that we chose this point was we get access to that queen, and also we get access to all this portion of the base. And the reason that I wanted to bring, or that we had talked about bringing some P.E.K.K.A.s, is we wanted to get that rage spell in and get those wizards in really fast so that they could be under rage, take out this CC super fast, and then really just kind of blast their way through this area of the base. And then once they did that, these P.E.K.K.A.s are going to be right here aggroing that wizard tower, and then we can just work some hogs in, drop it in right there. I believe they actually missed a big bomb right here, and I was actually really scared that they were going to trip it, but they end up missing it. All the hogs end up hitting this one big bump, but then you got some skellies working on the hogs, so the hogs start to go down pretty quick. But if you notice, nothing's really targeting the hogs. Right there, that wizard tower jumps on the hogs, but at this point, check this out. He's still got his queen with the ability. King, he just popped the ability, and so he's nearly full health. He's got a couple golemites. He's still got a max P.E.K.K.A. here, and then you're gonna see that Max P.E.K.K.A just smash this king right here, boom, boom, and then Max P.E.K.K.A is still almost at full life. So he has a Max P.E.K.K.A, king and the queen working, golemites and wizards backing up the Max P.E.K.K.A, just popped the ability, and boom, he smashes this base. It came in the last half hour of war. This base had only been 1-starred previously. So the fact that Jose was able to just go in and smash this base essentially tilted the war in our favor. Of course, I'm not saying that this was the only reason we won the war. No, it was definitely not, because we had a lot of really good attacks. You can see Cork, he comes in here, he's doing his thing with the Valks, doing that gowipe action, and just smashing the base. Here he comes in, he drops a hog right here. He actually, I think he may not have seen the full replay. I showed him exactly where to bring the CC lure. He just missed it. Sometimes it happens, but there you go. He's going to drop that double poison down and get rid of that pesky dragon and balloon in the CC. So one of the big things is if you can get this double poison in, it gets you a lot of value. If you can't get that double poison down, and you're going to be dealing with quite a few either point defenses or the king and the queen, it's a really good idea to then just quad quake and then bring a rage spell. And if you're going to do, a 3-star strategy, either a rage spell or maybe, just bring a reach spell for that kill squad so that they can get that CC down right away, and maybe the CC, BK, and the queen, they get it down really, really fast, and then you end up keeping your kill squad alive much longer so that they can tank much longer for the whatever the hog portion, loon portion, drag portion of the raid, and you just get a lot more value out of it. Right there you saw Cork's Valks really kind of take a turn, but then they eventually came all the way back. Sometimes Valk AI is a little wonky. Either way, there you go. He gets the second jump spell down. There we go. Golemites trigger in the core, and at this point he's going to start working in the rest of the hogs ever so nicely. Gets tons of value out of those. I think it was 9 hogs there at the end. Yeah, when you got everything just banging on your P.E.K.K.A, your Valks, or your Golem, these hogs at the end can just go forever, and then they trip that big bomb there, and there's just not enough left of this base for it to cause any problem for Cork. He's got archers on the trash ring, and as soon as they finish up on that trash ring, they'll move their way back out and hit those builder huts. So good job to Cork. All that's left is a sweeper, can't do anything. Valk and Hog are going to jump on that. He's got tons of troops. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up. Good job to Cork. Smashing it, man. He's been doing great for us these last few wars. Can't say enough about the guy. He's been improving at an exponential rate. Now I'm not going to show that one because that's my 9.5 or my 8.5 that I hit, and that was a Town Hall 8. I do want to show a couple. Mr. Alexander with a 6-star war. That was beautiful. I want to go ahead and, I think is it this base? Yes. So he saw this one of these bases where it has that triple air defense, triple archer tower, and what it's meant to be is an anti-drag base. But if you zoom in right here, you don't have room for any double big bombs really. So he's like, he actually asked what we should do, and quite a few people in the clan recommended that he hog it. And so we got on our Kick app, and we sketched something out for him, and guess what? He comes in and he absolutely wrecked this base. Fresh hit 3-star, bringing the 31 hogs, tons of hogs, and you can see exactly how he gets it down. We took a gamble with the CC, But we did bring a little bit of a kill squad here. We kind of figured that they were going to bring a dragloon. It was what he... Oh, sorry, guys. Whoa. It was what they had in most of the CC, and it's just kind of common on what you're seeing now. The drag and the balloon just seem to be the obvious choice. So there you go. He brings in the few giants to start tanking. Works in his Barb King. Barb King's gonna lock on. Boom, boom, boom. And you're going to see that kill squad right there kind of work through that Barb King, clean up a lot of this trash, and then they're also going to jump on that cannon and that Tesla. So then he starts working in kind of a two-finger drop-ish right on this initial group of defenses. And the idea was we wanted the hogs to path kind of this all through the base this way. He's still got max hogs also in his CC. So after he does that, and you saw a clutch trigger right there by some of his wizards, and you can just tell, I mean, there's already worked their way through most of the base, and he's still got a heal spell and tons of hogs left right here. He loses quite a few, or he loses about 6 hogs to some springs, but look at that, he's still got at least 9-10 hogs left, and he's still got the extra 5 hogs in the CC. So at this point, he's got a couple wizards here for cleanup, so they're going to be locking on down here on these high HP buildings. Hogs are going to be working up here, and that's a wrap, guys. I mean, he just totally smashed this base. Probably one of my favorite attacks from the Town Hall 8s. I will say this, shout out to the Town Hall 8s this war. They smashed it. They did their thing. They really gave our Town Hall 9s a great opportunity to get more 3 stars. I feel bad because we did not get as many as we should have. Let me show you one right here. Matt got a 99% 2-star. That's just an absolute, killer for us. And I got a 96% 2-star. If we had gotten those 2 stars, yeah, it's probably not nearly as close, but that's the name of the game. Okay, Opum working in this dragloon. So I'm gonna go ahead. My internet seems to be running a little slow, but watch. We had noticed this on the when we were doing a quick scout. Look at this is one big base building error. Now, with the institution of the Zapquake, you can get both these air defenses down with 3 lightning and 1 quake. And what ends up happening, that's exactly what Opum does. And then he brings in a dragloon and just absolutely crushes it. I mean, it's not even close. I think he still has like 7 or 8 drags. And look at this high value quake spell. You bring in the max quake. He does a double. I'm not sure he needed the double quake, but what he wanted to do was to see if he could potentially get this sweeper down as well. So he drops 1 on 1 air defense, and he gets 1 on that defense, and then he's going to drop this last lightning spell. And I think, honestly, he did get that sweeper down. So he got 2 air defenses and the sweeper down, which just totally neutralizes his base. And so now he just brings in the drags. Doesn't even need to create the drag funnel. Opum, I will say that if in future raids you might want to funnel in those drags. But at this point, with only 1 air defense left and it's only a level 5, there is not much that this base can do to stop those drags. Especially with these max loons now out front tanking. They're just going to absolutely crush this base. You're going to see that even the balloons get tons of value because there's just not a whole lot that can take them down. Even some berries that pop up right there, boom. But now take a look. The drags have already gotten through half of this base, and all that's left that can damage them is these 2 archer towers. And he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think there's another dragon somewhere. I thought he had 7 dragons when he ended the raid. Maybe he only had 6. Either way, though, he's got 6. Now he's got 5. He had 5 dragons at the end of this raid with still a Barb King and his ability. He hasn't even popped the ability yet, and he crushes it. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed through the rest of this. Good job, Opum. Just totally wrecking it, man. Oh yeah, he had a far away, even with one of these far away elixir drills or builder huts or whatever, those corner ones that sometimes you got to take care of. He smashed the base so fast it didn't matter. I want to go ahead and show this is Digger Digwell. This is also one of our co-leaders. This is another one of those bases, guys, where you see that all the air defenses on the internal portion of it, and what ends up happening is this is something that we've been seeing a little more from our guys on the gowipe at Town Hall 8, is they're using 3 golems. They're getting the double golems in right there, and with that extra tanking power, what's ending up happening is they're bringing a lot less wizards, but with the extra tanking power, they get in a lot further the base. I think somebody was, or I was trying to think about it, and somebody asked me, why would a 3 golems and less wizards make more sense than 2 golems and say 6, 7, sometimes maybe even 8 more wizards, depending on if you didn't bring those 2 archers. And what I told them is that if you can keep 12 wizards alive for 2 minutes of the raid, or 18 wizards or 19 wizards alive for only about 45 seconds to a minute, you're getting more value out of the 12, just because if you look at it from a damage per second standpoint, the wizards, that if they're staying alive longer, you're able to push through more of the base because they're able to dish out more damage. So the longer that you can tank for them, the more damage that they can output, right? Well, you have to think of it in terms of, if you can double the amount of time that they stay alive while not necessarily dropping the amount in half, then you have successfully added damage to your raid. And that's the way you got to look at it. That's the way you got to try and approach the attack is, am I going to need the extra tanking power? If you don't need the extra tanking power, then go ahead, bombs away with wizards. But if you feel like you need the extra tanking power, the 3rd golem a lot of times is a better option for that gowipe. And it's a little bit unusual to think about you bringing 3 golems with a gowipe at Town Hall 8, but it's something that we're seeing is a lot more effective. You have 3 golems, 3 pekkas, and only about 12 wizards, and then you get quite a few wall breakers to break in. Alright, the next one is by Paul's attack. Take a look at this. Again, we saw these types of bases a lot, but they're meant to be anti-drag bases. But if you know how to funnel your drags, any base can be had at Town Hall 8, in my opinion. So you're going to see here, he zaps this one, and the reason that he zaps this one is because the sweeper's blowing out that way. And what you want to do is come opposite of the sweeper most times. So he goes in, you see he drops his bookend drags right here. He drops in that rage spell for the drags to take care of the CC drag. So a couple puffs and boom, that thing's going to go down. And then he drops in the CC loons, and he uses the haste to speed them up and to push through the base. And you're going to see how much value he really gets out of these loons. Watch, check this out. Loons are going to come in, boom, they're going to take this out, they're going to take out that air defense. Boom, couple drops, that's down. Then they're going to take out that mortar, boom, that's down. Then they're going to take out this archer tower, boom, that's down. Then he's going to make his way to the wizard tower, and he's going to get that down, boom. And now he's going to take on that cannon, and boom, that's going to go down. So just from those 5 max loons, because you're able to boost them through the base right here, you don't want, here's one thing that you want to make sure you do is that as a haste spell is different than a rage spell. When you're doing a rage spell, you typically want the damage output to be increased while they're over the defense. Haste spells, you want them moving to the defense faster so that they can actually apply that damage, and the faster they get there, the less damage they'll take, and the faster they can start dishing out damage. So that's just the key difference in the way you want to use haste spells with balloons and rage spells with balloons. But it was Paul, he hit up, and he has this one dragon. This dragon's nearly max health, so it's going to go ahead and be able to take out this level 8, yeah, I think this is a level 8 archer tower and a level 1 or 2 Tesla. No problem, check it out. It was at full health. It's going to go, it's probably going to 1 puff that Tesla and 2 puff that archer tower and 3 puff, and then go ahead and get onto this last builder hut, and he's going to walk away with the 3-star. And I think he was able to execute this raid just in the nick of time, as far as the 3.5 minutes. So I think that's about all the war attacks that I wanted to get into. Yes, Mungo definitely took out the 15, but I want to try and keep this video short, a little bit shorter than I have the last couple. Again, guys, you Town Hall 8s, you guys were our MVPs of the war. You guys gave us a really good shot to win. Us Town Hall 9s will definitely keep working on our attacks and do better for you guys, so that we can, it's not such a nail biter there at the end. Also, I wanted to give a shout out or tell you Town Hall 8s that the dragloon army with the zap quake option is something that the Town Hall 8 game is should really take a look at, because it seems to be a really overpowered strategy right now, and it's almost a 3-star every single time that somebody brings that type of dragloon. Their number, I'll give you a for instance, their number 14 was their last Town Hall 8 to attack, and they took out my 8.5, or he took out my 8.5, and he took out our top Town Hall 8. And he's using that dragloon army, and it's a variation of it where you don't use quite as many drags and you bring a few more balloons, and you zap quake that furthest AD and try and come in opposite side of the sweeper. I sent out a mail telling you guys to check out a video from Clash with Ash on how to execute it. It's simple. It's about a 6 to 7 minute video. I really highly recommend you Town Hall 8s to watch it. It's something that I think is easy, very executable, and would be extremely beneficial to learn. So with that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Again, this is JL with Ares Acolytes.